In this podcast, we talk about all things. Well, we don't actually. We talk about this specific transformation. Hello and welcome to Dylan's Deep Cuts, a podcast mini-series where I and my best mate and manager, Megan, go into detail about how I remade some of my old music after coming out as transgender and transitioning. Just a little note, this episode contains explicit language. In this episode, we'll be looking at my song, Love Me Though I'm Not Right.
Today, we will be listening to the original version of
Fan favourite,
Love
Me Though I'm Not Right.
Exactly. So the original version and the redo. So, tell us about it. What year was the Lots Holloway version released?
Well, before we hit record, we were having a debate about this because you thought it was more of a recent song, right?
No, old.
You thought it was older again?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Than how old it actually was.
Right, in my recollection, it was recorded and released in 2016.
Yeah.
On an... Well, is it? I don't even know. We didn't check. But I think it's 2016 on an EP called Slow Down with Berry Bones, Between You and Me, and another song called Slow Down.
Yeah.
And we were also having this discussion before we hit record about how Love Me Though I'm Not Right should have absolutely been the lead single from that EP.
Yeah, 100%.
It just is the best song on there. And that also is not just our opinion. It is the most streamed song.
Yeah.
It's the most streamed Lots Holloway song there is.
Yeah.
So testament to the little track.
And it just kind of hid there.
Yeah. It was track 3 as well on the
Yeah.
EP. Poor decisions were made by labels and management, I will say. I'll put it out there. Honestly, I thought it should have been the lead single.
Can we also just clear that I was neither your label
Yeah,
or management?
no.
So.
Had you been, it would have been the lead single and I would be supporting 1975 already.
Yeah, but it just shows you, like, if the fans want to hear it,
Yeah.
they will hear it.
Yeah.
So the original version, 2016, was it a track that you, like, wrote to spec, if that makes sense? Like, or was it one that you were like, oh my God, this is like really moving me. I want to get that out there and I want to put it on an EP?
This song, it was about a situation that was going on at that point in my life. So it wasn't sort of writing to spec. Like I wasn't trying to fit the 4th song onto that EP and write something within that sound spectrum. It was something that was a standalone track about something in my life at that time.
And what was that?
Well, we were joking about this before, because what I do like about this track is that it has so many versions for different people. And although I wrote it about something specific, which we will move on to because Megan won't let me, Megan won't let it go. But I do like how it's taken on many iterations for the listener. And I like that about music, especially my music, when I write something and it isn't so obvious, like an Off My Brain or like a Be Naked, that people can interpret what they want.
Yeah, right.
However, this song was written about someone that I shouldn't have written a song about, really, at the time. I think it's one of those situations when you're in a relationship, but then you see other things that are attractive to you.
Yes.
And it's what happens when your mind goes into that realm of like, well, I know this isn't right, but love me, though it's not right. If you listen to the lyrics, broke up with day to sleep with night, lost myself in the great divide. Are we so wrong it feels right? Which was, it was about this person, the push and pull of that whole thing.
Yeah. So at the time, did you actually admit to yourself that you were writing it like about you, or is it only in future tense that you've gone, oh God, that really was about this?
No, I think I knew with this one. I knew what it was about.
Yeah.
But, for me, this is my vice. So, like, instead of me going out and cheating on people, I'll just write a song about how it could happen if I wanted it to.
Right, exactly.
But I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But here's the song that tells the story so I don't have to go and live it.
With the meaning in mind then, as you've just explained, people come up to you, don't they? And they're like, oh, that whole song, like, sometimes I don't feel right. Like, that's not actually what it's about then, is it? It's like, love me though.
It's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've encountered this a few times where people have come up to me and said, I sometimes don't feel right in my life, in my body, in my marriage, like anything. And it's so nice that you have written a song about loving yourself, even though you feel peculiar. But yeah, the existence of this song for me was something else. And it's like, love me though I'm not right. And there were multiple reasons why the situation wasn't right. One, because there were relationships involved. Two, because at the time it was before my transition, so I was perceived as a gay girl, and this person wasn't gay, so it was like a whole myriad of reasons why it wasn't right, which was really exciting for everyone involved. I will also say, I feel like this is such a romanticized thing that person probably doesn't even know it's about them.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. And nor did anyone else.
And nor did anyone else. I am such a tortured writer, right? That I have so many songs about so many girls. They have no idea.
International heartbreaker.
They're all about you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
From my my point of view, my perspective, I think it's like an absolute banger.
Mm.
Like, I think more so the re-record.
Yeah.
Because...
Oh, the re-record.
I know.
Yeah, honestly.
I love it.
I will say, at the point of recording this video, it's not out.
No, it's not.
We are really excited to put it out because it's a banger.
Yeah, it really is, and it's given me a lot of joy to hear that song not just transform with new vocals, but the entire thing. It's just turned into this absolute pop.
Yeah. Well, can we talk about that for a second? Because in previous episodes, we've spoken about the song, and what has changed the most has been Dylan's voice.
Right.
The vocal change on it. Like, Off My Brain, Be Naked, Heaven Now, in their entirety, the songs, I did update the production, but generally they sound similar. Yeah. Whereas with this song, there's nothing from the original in this new version.
No.
I stripped back the whole thing. I started a new project. So there's no stems. It's a completely different drive. Like the rhythm section do a completely different thing. So it's like a whole rework, this one. It's very exciting.
Yeah. And what did we say? Like, when you sent it over, it was like, this is how the song was always supposed to sound.
Which is so strange, because we've just spoken about, we have spoken about previously in other episodes, my songs and how the voice, this is how it always should have sounded. The music was correct, but the voice was wrong. Whereas on this track, everything was fucking wrong. Like, it was a good song, and I liked it at the time, and it was doing what it was doing. But really, the version that we're putting out is how it should have sounded in its finished place.
I mean, but how nuts is it? Like, I don't know, are we just like wrong? But it's your most streamed track on the Lots profile.
Yes, it is.
Which is just so nuts.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's testament to the song, but people like getting on board with the song. Like, and this isn't me talking about my songwriting, but you know how when there is a good song, what we've always learned in the music industry is, if there's a good song, you'll know it's good because you can strip it all the way back to just vocals and just a guitar, or just vocals, just a piano, and it will still be as good. There are songs out there, and I probably have them as well, where the production carries a lot of the track, and
right. Yeah.
So maybe it's something about the song that people just connect to, or the melody, or something in it, and hopefully the new version is an absolute smash for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
That's all that matters, really.
Yeah. So talking about the first version, what is it about that then? Like, that is particularly jarring for you?
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because it's not like we don't like it. We both really like it. It's just that at that time when I was making that music, I was in a lot of internal struggle. Like I have been throughout the whole life. But the trans thing was a really big deal, because I was making music and I wanted it to sound cool and dark and masculine in my terms of what that meant to me. So, I would write the song and then I would record it without any effects on the vocals and stuff. But what I would hear back would be this floaty, feminine voice, and it used to wind me up, because that's not how I wanted the song to sound. So what I would do to counteract that would be to cake the entire mix in as much gain, distortion, effects that I could, to try and grit up my feminine sounding voice to make it feel more grungy and more masculine.
Yeah.
But in the doing of that, I just kind of clouded and suppressed the quality of what the vocal could have been. I wanted it to sound like it does now, but there was no way of making it sound like that.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, I like the song. It's a vibe. But when you put too much salt in a food, and then it's not edible to you anymore. Like, it no longer became audibly pleasurable to listen to.
It's almost like it doesn't make sense, the order that they've come in, because I think the original version almost sounds like a wonky cover of the version now, which is just so mad to me.
Like a version on RJ Radio, like someone like Tame Impala's done a wonky version of the pop track that it's interesting.
Did you, when you wrote it though, were you just like, did it begin life as a pop track? that then you made a bit more wonky.
It began life as the initial thing was the bum 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 bum, and it was this really clean synth sound, like akin to like a Japanese house 1975 thing. So it started out as a real synth pop track, and then I just tried to grunge it up because I did not want my song and voice to sound like a female like pop track like that. I didn't want that, and it is such a pop melody.
Oh yeah, so
that I just had to like. It was like I was doing this with my foot, like oh we're on a podcast, so no one can see what's happening. But I'm like, you know, when you're like stamping out like a cigarette butt or something. I just really want to squish it in and make it sound more dirty.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And what I did was sort of just squish the song, pretty much.
But now,
however, we don't want to talk it down too much because I love the song.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
And now we've managed to breathe some new life into it, and I am actually pretty obsessed with this new version.
Yeah, no, same.
So, well, without any further ado, we may as well play you the new version of "Love Me."
Up with day, sleep with night. Lost myself in the great divide. We so wrong, feel right. To take the bullet, suicide. But to taste the sugar is paradise. The sweetness worth the moonlight. When you're in the back of my mind saying, touch a little deeper, dance a little slower. Love me though I'm not right. Kiss a little harder. Move a little closer. Straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Maybe don't look at me that way. Baby don't touch me again. The shiver, the shake and the sideways smiling. Sensible mind is walking home, 'cause your sensual eyes won't let my body go. And it's not easy to say goodnight when you're in the back of my mind saying, touch a little deeper, dance a little slower, straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Kiss a little harder, move a little closer, straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Two souls are dancing to different beats. Two souls are dreaming two different dreams. You got me twisted but played to my knees, till I say where's the harm if we're touch a little deeper, dance a little slower, straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Kiss a little harder, move a little closer, straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Touch a little deeper, dance a little slower, straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Kiss a little harder, move a little closer, straight into a landslide. Love me though I'm not right. Love me though I'm not right. Love me though I'm not right. Love me though I'm not
Thank you for listening to Dylan's Deep Cuts. Keep an ear out for more episodes in this series by hitting the follow button. And feel free to come find me online at Dylan and the Moon. Have a nice day.